So about the 300 million celebration in Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So you sat down here to watch this video because I threw out another one of those titles where it's like, what are you gonna talk about today? The 300 million Dokkan celebration, but more than just that. Originally, I was gonna call this video after the 300 million celebration because obviously we were waiting on it for how long now, D-Free? I wanna say like 4 months.
Well, we've been really looking forward to it for the last like handful of months as a community, yeah. But
yeah,
I've been waiting for it since the last one, man.
Yeah, and like to those who aren't aware, they have these celebrations every time a big milestone is hit in the gacha games, and usually when they happen, they're massive. They do ridiculously dope stuff. You know, if we don't get the big celebration milestones, we always get stuff like the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year anniversaries. But the next anniversary is so long away, we're not talking about that. Well, technically it's like 6 months away. But
it's not even that far. What are you talking about?
It's around the corner, okay? 6 months goes fast. But the point is 300 million means a lot because it's the next big milestone. But there's something that's been bugging me about this because it's like, what can they do potentially next? Now, to those who are who've been around on the channel for the past year, you guys remember me and D-Free did this about a year ago, I want to say, where we talked about where Dokkan was going to go after they did all the different categories. Because it's like, what else can it possibly do? It's like with a game like Dokkan, since you know it is just single player based and you do the same thing every single time, what can you do before the game gets stale? And I think the last time we talked about dual types, for example. But at the time we were talking about like AGL and tech, or like tech and strength, stuff like that. Not really talk about dual categories. And then it surprised us by giving us categories and then dual categories as well. And then they started doing the transformation units, which have been beautiful. But the question is what about after that? Like, what can you do? What do you want to see as a player yourself? This is me asking you, the viewer at home. What do you want to see as a player yourself that will keep you, I guess, interested? Or does it even matter? Because I feel like with something as powerful as the Dragon Ball IP, they can literally give us Gokus, Gogetas, Vegetos every 3 months.
Yep, can confirm. It doesn't really matter as far as the character's concerned. As long as it's not like Rebrand, then they'll be
Yeah, exactly. but knowing what they do to counteract stuff like that, they make the characters like Rebrand so powerful.
Yep.
Xenoverse, Legends,
the new Dokkan one, and she's insane in Dokkan now.
Everything that has Rebrand ends up being amazing because it becomes so powerful. And if you're like a fan of the statistics and you want to get the numbers and the damage in, you're gonna pull for those cards. Okay, so right now there's a rumor, and you can actually confirm whether or not this is a rumor or not, because I don't know where this actually came from. That and it makes sense because we're in a Cell arc. That the 300 million celebration will be Perfect Cell versus Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
So that is the most popular theory, yes. Rumor, theory, same thing in this context. The reason why is because, again, the game, it kind of did the whole Frieza stuff, and then they transitioned into all of the Frieza the Android / Cell Saga stuff, and that's why. So the most popular theory. So
I'm a fan of that theory because, you know, obviously Cell and Gohan are perfect. Hashtag rest in peace LR Gohan when that happens, because let's be real.
On the subject of Gohan, he's never had a Dokkan Fest for that character. From the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan has never had a Dokkan Fest. And it's like, that's a huge missed opportunity, which is why I think that's going to happen.
Well, no, I think the reason why is because they gave us the LR Gohan originally, and they kind of stuck with that.
That was
But
years
this
ago.
is what's going to hurt me as a Gohan fan, and also as an OG Dokkan player, because LR Gohan was like the first LR in the game. And I'll still never forget the day when I pulled it. Freaking
Baba
Frost.
Food.
Every time I see Frost, I keep thinking it's going to be like Golden Frieza or something.
Baba Food.
Bojack, more Baba Food.
Baba Food.
Lots of Baba Food. Look at all this Baba,
Baba Food.
Bulma. Oh, this is the best multi-sum of all time.
Oh god, that sounds horrible right now.
This is the greatest multi of all time. Wow, can it get any better? Can it get any better? Oh no! No! What? Are you kidding me?
Oh, I'll never forget the huge shaft that ensued. Because back then,
Global
LRs were impossible to pull. Like they still are, but like it's so much easier because of the variety of them.
Yeah, there's so many. Yeah.
Back then,
and then when Global got it, it was like locked behind a ticket. You know.
Hey, I actually got lucky on Global's tickets.
Yeah, I do remember that, and I'm still salty about that. But the point is what's gonna hurt me is when they show that attack animation for the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
Oh.
I'm gonna look back at my. It's kind of like when you're in the car, you're like, "Mom, can I have McDonald's?" You got McDonald's at home. And you go home, it's like, "Oh no, we don't. This is cool." That's gonna be that, and the McDonald's at home is gonna be the LR Gohan, whereas the shiny new Gohan is just gonna look beautiful. Now, I think from what we saw in the Saiyan arc, I guess with Goku and Frieza, we're gonna get that obviously in the Cell arc right now, and we're probably gonna wrap up the 300 million celebration around that. We might get an LR here or there. In fact, we most likely will. And then after that, we're going to go into the Boo arc, and we're probably going to get the same thing with like a Kid Boo type of thing. Maybe like a Boo that transforms into Kid Boo, or Super Boo that changes forms, something like that. Well, no, we already got Transformer.
Yeah, we have the Super Boo, yeah.
So Kid Boo is probably most likely
So this
candidate.
is like, this is super random, which is why I think that it will lead up to the Gohan thing, because out of nowhere they decided to just go, oh, we're gonna just all of a sudden go in chronological order. I mean, they skipped the Saiyan Saga stuff, and
Yeah.
like out of nowhere.
And then I'm sure what's going to happen is we're probably down the line going to get something in the DBS terms where we'll probably get another like Vegito that goes through different forms. But the question is how long is transformation going to be cool? Now for me, I'm cool with that for like the next year or so, but honestly, I'm down for like the next gimmick. And I guess in the comment section below to you as a player, which I know there's a lot of Dokkan players out there, myself included, what do you want to see the most? And I guess it's a question I toss it to you. Like, what do you want to see, Donnie? Like
so this is something that's interesting. Like, it's a very slippery slope as far as like the way Dokkan can implement this, and I don't think, for example, this is something that Legends can particularly do as easily because of the different play style of the game.
Right.
But if we go back and we take a look at another Dragon Ball Gacha, Uchigiri, less known, been out a little bit longer than Legends, but less known.
Plug.
Yeah. That game actually has card fusion. Now, that's a slippery slope because there are laws that go into that. A lot of people aren't really.
You can't make people pull for 2 cards into 1.
Pretty much, yes. You can't make people pull on a premium banner for 2 cards that fuse into 1 card. Now, the logistics of that would need to be worked out on Dokkan with 2 cards fusing into 1, because you would get like a Cybermen substitute, or will you just not have that extra character? I don't know, but that would be an interesting concept. And the way that would have to work, though, is the card that would be requiring another fusion. For example, Goku that you would summon. In fact, this is an example that just came out on Buchigiri. There's a brand new summonable Goku, but there's a Vegeta that he would fuse with, and the Vegeta is available on a free banner, right? Or he also can fuse with free alternatives. So like you can do stuff like that to make it work. So that would be something really cool. But personally, I think that. Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
What they could also do is they could just kind of tap into the transformation mechanic, where like when you transform your fuse for like, I don't know, 3 turns, 4 turns. So like maybe like if you link the cards together after like the second turn or something, they fuse, and that's like kind of like it's like an active skill actually.
You can do something like that too. That's why I said the logistics of it between like how Dokkan plays would be a little different, because you could do that where they link up after a certain number of turns, and then they both undergo a transformation. You get 2 copies of the unit or something like that.
Right.
So like different things you can do. But personally, honestly, I'm cool with the direction transformations have taken.
Yeah.
As far as like being active skill and transformation, like that's cool to me. Like
now,
the Trunks and Zamasu, that's really cool.
I'm gonna throw a curveball real fast. While that sounds cool and it's going to entertain me for, you know, whenever they release these new cards, especially once again through like the Gogeta territory where they have like, let's say they have a summonable Goku and then I have like a free Vegeta, or vice versa, I'll be cool with that. But curveball, I'm ready for like the next mode. Because it's like we had SBR. SBR it's a roller coaster. SBR was fun, and it was annoying, then it was fun, and it's annoying, now it's fun.
There's a rumor that we're supposed to be getting some more stages too, at least in the Japanese version right away.
I mean, we should be at some point. Yeah. We had Boss Rush originally, which was like a game changer at the time. We haven't had Boss Rush in a while, so they're kind of overdoing that as well. But I'm ready for like the next mode, because like Battlefield, I'm actually a big fan of right now, which is funny because I used to like it originally when it came out.
Oh, Battlefield
is
1?
like, yeah, it's Battlefield 2 is perfectly fun.
Did you like Battlefield 1 or no?
So Battlefield 1 was fun, but it was too grindy. Like, I didn't like the whole concept of having to play tower defense first and then go into the battle.
Yeah,
I feel like it should have been one or the other. Like, if they stuck with, like, let's say a tower defense style thing as, like, a different kind of mode within the game, I think that would have been fun. But having to, like, do the battles in between was kind of annoying. And what makes Battlefield 2 so fun is you get to toss in 100 of your favorite cards, to those who have 100 cards, and then you kind of just build on the fly. And it's perfectly
and you skip
challenging.
the maps, too. And it adds relevance to sub-leaders, too.
Yeah, exactly. And that to me was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm ready for, like, the next mode outside that. Because, like, we got Boss Rush, we got SBR, we got World Tournament. They need to completely revamp. Let's be real. They need to completely
for, like, the 5th time.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the game has evolved so much, so I can't really blame them. But like, right now I hear World Tournament, I just want to throw up. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, remember,
like, for the love of God,
don't
make me grind. Don't make me grind 8 times or 7 times before I can unlock the highest difficulty. Like, let me just like from start do like 30x. Like that would make me want to play more. But that's a whole nother video. I'm ready for like the next mode to be introduced, and I'm hoping that they're working on it. And I'm not gonna say PvP because at this point we all kind of accepted the fact that PvP would never work in Dokkan. That's why Legends was released.
Yep.
I want them to do something and I'm not just talking about the legendary fights either, because like the legendary Goku to me was also really dope because it like adds a perfectly challenging fight that gets tougher and tougher as you go to the point where like the last round feels like SBR. which obviously you're gonna get like stuff with that. You're gonna get like the Jiren fights. You're gonna get the Vegeta fights.
Yeah, that's something that has a lot of potential. They'll just keep on doing stuff like that.
But I want something else on top of that,
like a different core gameplay.
Yeah, different core gameplay, because again, the thing about Dokkan is most gacha games, they don't last as long. I think isn't that the average gacha lifespan like 3 years?
Yeah, about
2 to 3 years. We're way past that, and it's
we're
like,
about to hit 5.
Yeah, that's why I'm making this video. I'm like, yo, what else can they do? And like I said, a year ago when we sat down and talked about this, like, what are they gonna do? They introduced the transformation mechanic as well as categories and dual categories and stuff like that. And that was pretty fun for what it was in the past year. But it's like, now what? What else is next? I mean,
and we talked about, like you said, dual typing. They still haven't technically done dual type units. That's something entirely different.
But I also feel like if they do dual typing, like unless they like do some crazy percentages, which would also throw off the balance in the game, like why would you want to run like, let's say, a AGL tech leader as opposed to category leader? Because at that point,
the thing about categories is it's kind of like a be-all, end-all. You know, there's not much reason to run mono unless monos are 200% or something crazy.
I feel like they made categories because they figured, all right, this is probably last year in Dokkan, and here we are. It's like, oh man, y'all still playing this game? Like, what else can we do? So I guess the question to the viewer is what do you want to see the most? Like, what do you care about? Because like I said, I feel like, again, what I said earlier in the video is they can release Gogeta and Vegito once every 3 months. I will still suffer for it.
Yeah, they can. And then they can. For it. You know what's cool too is a lot of people have been speculating this too. As far as character releases, since we've got the Heroes stuff finally on global, to me, I think that opens up, and this is what a lot of people are saying, a lot of possibility. I feel like now they might be able to do like festival exclusives from Heroes, and if that's the case, we can get some really crazy units, and that just would prolong this game even longer, right? So as far as like what you were saying, core gameplay change, like I wouldn't mind if there was a separate just game mode where you had to play entirely differently. And maybe something that required a little bit more skill or things like that. As far as like, because the game, I mean, the team setup is what requires skill, not as much the placement of units and stuff. But like, like something that would be just entirely different and fresh for the game. But the one thing that I can say about Dokkan is, even if it's not a game that you prefer to, like, for example, to Legends, because there's always the, oh, I like this, I like that, and X reasons why. But like, one thing I can say is that the game has found a way to always be successful. And it's really been trying to improve itself over the last like couple of years.
Which is why I love the fact that both these games exist. Because like I go to Legends for PvP and like more the gameplay side, and I go for collecting in Dokkan. Like I feel like Legends will always have a have a more heavier fun factor towards the PvP, obviously, because it has it. But when it comes down to collecting the Legends, I don't have fun at all. Like pulling an elephant unit is cool, but there's no exciting feeling like there is when you pull an LR or like that new Dokkan Fest unit in Dokkan. There's something that's so exciting.
Especially when it's outdated next week. That's a whole other thing.
Right. So I guess let us know in the comment section below where you guys stand at, and I guess any predictions you might have for the game. There's one thing that I can say we will all agree on, 100%. 100% gonna agree on. Do not give us a rarity above LR.
You know it's gonna happen.
No, I don't want it to happen, and I don't want to think it's gonna happen.
Or they're gonna finally do easy 8 LRs, and then we're just all screwed.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't.
And they'll go to level 170.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see easy 8 LRs at some point, because it's probably gonna happen. What I just don't want to see is a rarity above LR, because that's like, bro, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready to watch Nano pull that 1,000 times where we all struggle to pull it once.
Oh, great! Don't get me started on Nano.
All right. I saw the Legends video. I felt your pain. I felt your pain in that one. Comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on what you think is going to happen with Dokkan over the course of the next year, and then post 300 million. What, I guess, gimmicks they're going to be able to make. What you personally want to see? Do you care about them changing the game, or do you only care about, like I said, getting a new Gogeta or Vegeta once every 3 months? Like, just like the hype characters. Like, what do you care about as a player? Let me know down below. Anything else?
No, that's it.
That's it. All right, so let us know your thoughts down below. I guess we'll see what happens when 300 million gets officially announced. Well, it's been officially announced, but like official like news what they're doing around it.
We'll know a little bit in a couple of days because they'll have that stream.
Yeah, that should be coming out very soon. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'm D-Free. That was Rhymestyle. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Peace.